Welcome back once again, all of my low carb friends, and for those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. First off, I would like to apologize for not getting a video out to you this past Saturday. Those of you who've been following my channel know that I usually post every Wednesday and Saturday, but with this past week and being Christmas and everything, it was busy, so I didn't get to do that. But today we are back on track with 2 easy, delicious keto recipes. The first one is for keto graham crackers. Super easy, super delicious. And the second one is for a very quick, very simple keto marshmallow cream. That goes great with these graham crackers or any recipe that requires marshmallow cream. And if you want printable versions of these, you can check out my website at janet'sdeliciouslowcarbkitchen.com. You can find printable versions of these and other goodies there for you. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see lots of easy, delicious, low-carb keto recipes, make sure you click that subscribe button and click the notification bell that's right next to the subscribe button. That way you can be notified every time I put out a new video. And if you'd like to help support the channel, make sure you scroll down in the description of the video. You'll see some Amazon affiliate links. Anytime you purchase anything using my Amazon affiliate link, a small portion of whatever you purchase will go to me and will help to support the channel. So anytime you want to shop on Amazon, make sure you think of me, use my affiliate link, and a small portion of whatever you purchase will go to help support the channel. And while you do all that, let's get cooking. Preheat your oven to 375 degrees. Line 2 large baking sheets with parchment paper. In a large mixer bowl, combine 1 cup of coconut flour, 1 cup of golden monk fruit or brown sugar sweetener of your choice, 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. This is optional. I just like a little taste of cinnamon in my graham crackers, but if you want a neutral flavored graham cracker, you can keep this out. Add 1 teaspoon of baking powder and a half teaspoon of salt. Sift or whisk these all together until they're fully combined and there are no lumps in the dry ingredients. Add 2 large room temperature eggs. Make sure they are room temperature so they mix into your dough a lot more smoother. Beat on low for about 10 seconds or just until the dry ingredients are moist. Then increase your speed to medium-low and beat on medium-low for about 30 seconds or until everything is fully combined and crumbly. Add 3/4 cup of room temperature butter that is slightly softened. Make sure it's just softened, not melted. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Beat on low again for about another 10-15 seconds or just until the butter is broken up a little bit. Then increase the speed to medium and beat on medium for about 30 seconds or until everything is fully combined and you have a smooth dough. Scrape down the sides of the bowl and push all of the dough to the center of the bowl. Press the dough all together into a firm ball, then massage the ball just slightly just to make sure that all of the ingredients are sticking together and you have a firm, smooth dough. Place the dough ball back into your mixing bowl and let it rest in the refrigerator for 5 minutes. This just helps all the ingredients to set together and for your dough to be firm so it can be shaped and not spread when you bake your graham crackers. After it's rested in the refrigerator for 5 minutes, remove it from the refrigerator and again massage the dough ball in your hands just a little bit just to make sure that everything is sticking together well. If your dough seems like it's flaky and big chunks are falling off and it's not sticking together, then that means your dough is a little bit too dry and you would need to add just a little bit of room temperature milk if your dough seems too dry. For me, it's perfect without adding anything. Once your dough is the right consistency, then divide the dough into 4 portions. You don't necessarily have to do this. I just feel that I can roll it out easier when it's divided into smaller portions. Then roll or press your dough out to anywhere between 1/8 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch thick, depending on how thick you like your graham crackers. If you like more of a thin graham cracker, then 1/8 of an inch. If you like a little bit of a thicker graham cracker, then about a 1/4 inch thick. I rolled mine out to closer to 1/4 of an inch, but that does make for a fairly thick graham cracker, so It's up to you how thick or thin you want it. Just remember, the thinner you roll out your dough, the quicker it will bake. Once the dough's all rolled out, use a pizza cutter, a knife, or a cookie cutter and cut your dough into your desired size of rectangles or squares. You can make these however big or little you want. I just used a cookie cutter and cut mine out into small rectangles. They're about 2 by 3 inches in size, but as I said, you make them whatever size you want. Once you've got your dough all cut into your desired size, place the cut out squares or rectangles on your prepared baking sheets, and then use a fork and poke 2 to 3 rows of small holes in your graham crackers. This is more just for looksies. You don't have to do this. It just makes it look more like a graham cracker if it has little holes in it. But you don't have to poke the holes if you don't want to. It all depends on if you want it to just be a smooth rectangle or if you want it to look more like a graham cracker. You just poke a few small holes with your fork. Then place the graham crackers in your preheated oven and bake at 375 degrees anywhere from 8 to 12 minutes. Now, how long you need to bake these depends on how thin you rolled them out. I rolled mine out closer to 1/4 of an inch, so mine took 10 minutes exactly. If you rolled them out any thinner than 1/4 of an inch, then you need to check them at the 8-minute mark. You're looking for them to be a little bit darkened around the edges. Once they're done baking, remove them from the oven. They will still be soft. Gluten-free baked goods are always soft when they first come out, but they will firm up as they cool. So allow them to cool on the pan for about 15 minutes or until they're firm enough to transfer to a wire rack. Once they've cooled for 15 minutes, transfer them to a wire rack and allow them to cool completely before serving them. Once they've cooled, place your desired amount on a serving platter. You can eat them by themselves, or you can top them with any topping you want. You can make them into a s'more, or do like I do. I like to top them with my Keto Marshmallow cream. If you have any leftover graham crackers, you can store them in a large Ziploc bag or an airtight container at room temperature for up to 1 week. Eat and enjoy! In a large mixer bowl, combine a 1/2 cup of cold, heavy whipping cream. Make sure it's been chilled really well, at least overnight. If not for a couple days, it needs to be nice and cold. Add a 1/2 cup of powdered swerve or powdered sweetener of your choice, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1/8 teaspoon of salt. Attach the whisk attachment to your standing mixer. You can do this by hand, but it will take a lot more time and elbow grease for it. But if you don't have a standing mixer or a hand mixer, you can do it by hand. Whisk these on low for about 10 seconds or just enough to moisten the dry ingredients so your powdered swerve doesn't fly all over the place. Then increase the speed to high and whisk on high for 3 to 5 minutes or until the texture is fluffy like whipped cream. So when you put your spoon in it, it should stick to your spoon in a thick lump like whipped cream would and not be watery. It should be nice and fluffy. Be careful not to over whisk it because then you will have butter on your hand instead of whipped cream. So you want to get it in that happy medium there. Fluffy and thick, but not chunky. Once your mixture is the texture of whipped cream, then very gradually add 1 teaspoon of xanthan gum in small amounts, allowing it to whisk in after each addition. You do not want to add this all at once because it can clump up on you and you end up with chunky cream, and you don't want that. So just add a very small amount, give it a couple seconds to let it whisk in, then another small amount, give it a few seconds to whisk in until the entire teaspoon is all whisked in. Once the entire teaspoon has been added in small amounts, then allow it to keep whisking on low for another 10 to 15 seconds just to make sure that the xanthan gum is fully and completely combined and dissolved in the mixture. You should end up with a mixture that is thick, fluffy, and slightly sticky. So when you rub it in between your fingers, it should stick just a little bit. It's not going to be extremely sticky, but it is going to be a little bit sticky because you want that in between. You want marshmallow cream. Once your marshmallow cream is the right consistency, then scoop it into an airtight container. I just use a small mason jar. This makes a little over 1 cup. And you can use it immediately in any recipe that calls for marshmallow cream, or you can store it in the refrigerator in a mason jar or airtight container for up to 1 week. And those are our recipes of the day. I hope you enjoyed them. If you did and you want to see more videos like this, make sure you click that thumbs up like button, click that subscribe button, leave me a comment if you want to. Let me know if there's any recipes that you'd like to learn how to make, and I'll do what I can to get those out there for you. And as always, keep cooking.